UCR, what's your favorite scary movie?
Hello, Finney.
Hey guys, welcome to Uncensored Radio's UCR Live. For a return call, I guess. A return call. Because
From hell.
From hell, yes. Because
Terrifying.
today we are discussing the very recent release,
Right
The
on top
Black
of us.
Phone 2. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I think we always kind of knew there was going to be a sequel coming with this one, right? It kind of smelt like it from the beginning.
I gotta say, I really didn't expect a sequel. I swear to God.
Really?
I thought it was one and done, and I thought, beautiful, great.
And we shall discuss whether that might have been an idea or not at the end of this review. So I know that this is still in cinemas now. Some people may not have seen it, but judging by the box office, a lot of people have seen it. So if you don't want any spoilers, maybe put us on pause, take yourself to the cinemas, and then rejoin us. Pick up that receiver again and join us.
Call us back.
For the Black Phone too. Call us back. Star 69 our asses, you know. But this is even pre Star 69. This
is 80s, baby.
Yes. October 1982 we are set in. 4 years after Finney Blake was abducted and then killed the grabber. I think there's definitely a tonal shift in this one, right? Darker.
I thought there was a power shift in the Blake household.
I think there had to be too, and I think we'll talk about it as we go along. But I think that this is always probably going to be a franchise that edges towards child/teen protagonists. It's not going to be. We're not going to see Finney running around at 45.
No,
dealing with the grabber. I don't think. You know.
I don't think so either. No.
But yeah, even the way that these opening titles are shot and everything, it's a bit grittier. It's a bit darker. The dream sequences even have that kind of rough late 70s.
It's meant to look like Super 8.
Camera feel. Yes,
and
Super 8, yeah.
And I really enjoyed that in Sinister.
Yeah. It worked really well for Sinister.
It felt cheap in this, and I'll tell you why. Mostly because it was so prominent in Sinister, and I understand that directors can have a signature. This must be Scott Derrickson's. But I also felt like maybe no. Like, I get why it's a tonal thing, but also like you don't want to be like, you don't want the viewers expecting this in every single film, because then it's just going to get like gimmicky.
This is the thing, right? I feel like it was a very cheap, easy way to signpost that we are in a dream. We didn't have to explain that. And I think that might be to the detriment of the film when you really
Derrickson, by the way,
look at it. Yeah.
I said Dickinson. Might be.
When you really look at it, maybe these dream sequences might have been, especially at the beginning when we're not sure what's happening, might have been a bit more interesting had they just played like the rest of been shot like the rest of the film. Because as soon as you see the Super 8 quality, you're like, oh, okay, this is not happening. This is something other, and an easy way to signpost it. But I don't know if we needed it, because
I don't.
The comparison I'm going to come up with a lot with this film, because it's obviously where they're headed now, is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
And the power of the original Nightmare on Elm Street is that you couldn't really differentiate the dream from the reality and the merging of until something really weird happened, like a giant arm gets longer or something like that. A dead body gets dragged through the hall of your school, all that good stuff. Here it was just, it's kind of a little bit horror for dummies.
Yeah. And the whole dream wasn't even in Super 8, and that's the thing. Like, you get the shift. Like, it's like, here's the transition to the dream, but then we're gonna level it out. And
I get that too, because it's like going into a dream and coming out of a dream is sometimes hazy, but I don't know.
I feel like there was definitely a better way to do it. And I like Super 8, don't get me wrong. I like the way it looks. I like I said, I liked it in Sinister. I just feel like it's a one-trick pony kind of thing. And I feel like this movie is too good for that. I feel like the story is too good for that.
Right. So we're introduced to a character named Hope, who is in a phone box. What a really weird place to have a phone box too.
Right. Just in the middle of a Christian camp in the mountains. In a way.
At the front of right in front of a lake.
Right
is that lake.
Yes.
Possible? Yeah.
I don't know. I
we give the film its seats,
I get why it's there. I get it.
Oh, definitely. And aesthetically, I get why it's there.
And I'm guessing there was probably phones in random places like that, but that just seems very strange.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Very strange, but there's been strange things happening all around because, Finney is dealing. This is a very heavy-handed metaphor for PTSD of what Finney's been going through since a horrible experience, really. That he puts it quite poignantly at the end of the film. But yeah, he's turned bad kid. He's beating people up. He's doing all the things.
Is he bad?
Baby sister Gwen has grown up. I think he's just got to save a rep. As he said, he's the kid that killed the serial killer.
I don't think he's
gonna be.
I don't think he's the new bully, and I don't think he's the new Robin. I think he's just
alpha. He's just alphaing.
I think he's just got a short fuse.
Not by choice. Yeah.
Yes.
Not by choice is what I'm thinking, but he has to maintain a sense of dominance of his personality, and I guess that comes from being abducted and everything that went on with that, and the lack of power he had when he was captured.
Exactly.
So
I totally
reclaiming
get that.
His mantle.
I would do everything in my power to stay in control of myself if I was ever put in that situation and escape it. Totally get it.
I've got to say, Gwen grew up a lot between the movies. She's like a full-grown woman in this movie.
Let me tell you,
that's part of the storyline as well.
Let me tell you, loved her in the first one, love her in this. I will follow that girl wherever she goes. I mean, she is just so fun to watch, not only because she has the best insults and the most creative.
Yeah.
She does. She has the best clapbacks. But just because she's charismatic and you believe her when she talks. Like, you're 100%. Fully invested. Like, I am 100% in with Gwen.
Mm-hmm. So Gwen's dreams really kind of take the forefront of this movie, and the focus on what her, because she was a pivotal point, and they didn't really signpost that much in the original trailer for the first movie, but this is really Gwen's movie as opposed to
100%.
It's her sequel, Mm-hmm. So Gwen's dreams become more frequent, and she begins sleepwalking, and the mysteriousness of it all. She ends up outside, but then she ends up back in the basement. Oh, right. Oh, that's a little intense,
Yes.
It's like, oh.
You know what I also kind of felt odd about that scene was just how easily Finney got in, like Finney went down there. I mean, obviously he turns and he spits at the basement, but like, I don't know that I could go in. Like, I don't think I'd have the heart to enter the house. I don't know what I would have done, but I feel like he just kind of boss manned himself in there.
Well, he's really set. You see, he set his boundaries because he's disassociated. He's smoking weed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes outside to smoke the weed and he actually sees the grabber and he speaks to the grabber who is lingering in the shadows and then disappears. And when the phone rings and I'm sorry, I can't help you. Like he's actively trying to shut out whatever gift he has and whatever.
I was just about to ask you, do we think he has a gift too?
Well, I think he has to because that the phone was ringing for him, and they put it very poignantly at the end of the movie that you know, as he has processed this grief and is getting older and all that kind of thing, maybe the phone stops ringing for you at a certain point.
It's a good point,
and you don't hear it anymore. I think that's the big journey of this movie for Finn, because he is in that, you know, post-teen, nearly adult world. He's in that Nightmare on Elm Street age where things, you shouldn't be believing in these boogeymen anymore, but what if you had experienced the boogeyman in real life?
Right.
So it's an interesting PTSD metaphor. But we are trying to decipher what's going on with Hope and her message and how she rang the black phone, because that was the number that she was able to call. And that was the receiver that Gwen was able to hear her on, even though it doesn't exist anymore. So we are I know that they dressed the original black phone up as a slasher that turned into a supernatural film. This one is, we're going straight away. Supernatural, boom. This is all ghosts and goodness and all the stuff and floating dead people and ice and all things cold and cool.
Well, I mean, the original story is based off a Joe Hill short story. This one, there's no material to go on. It's an original story. Joe Hill contributed an idea, but he didn't fully write it. So I think that
which I think you can tell.
Oh, you can 100% tell. You can tell this is not like a fully fleshed out idea, I guess, is where I'm going for this.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. So, determined to understand what is actually going on, Gwen convinces Finney and Ernesto, the late brother of Finn's best friend Robin, who
played by
in the first film. Yep.
Love that.
To travel to Alpine Lake Christian Youth Camp. Ooh. Terrifying.
As someone who regularly drives in weather like that, I think that was the scariest part of the film.
It was intense, but just willingly putting yourself in a Christian youth camp is a bit of a scary.
That's also very scary. That is also very scary.
It was the 80s.
Satanic panic, man.
Satanic panic. Well, with good reason, I think. I like that they worked that in here as well, because we are in that 80s boom of devil worship and all that. Well, that's what the parentals thought. You know, everyone's going to get molested by the devil and drink sheep's blood and all the good stuff.
What a time to be alive.
As they arrive at camp, the heavy blizzard traps them there. Ooh. But they are not alone. They meet camp supervisor Armando, his niece Mustang, and two camp employees, Kenneth and Barbara. Barb's a special kind of cunt, right? Like
Barbara.
Barbara, yeah, very much so.
Yes.
Did the guy that played Kenneth remind you of like Nathan Fillion a little bit?
A little. Just
a little. I was like,
not
that's
as
not
handsome.
him.
not as handsome
Right.
as Nathan Fillion. We love us some Nathan Fillion here. Yes.
I like the concept that happens here though, because it's the 80s, and if you were driving a long way to get somewhere and a blizzard happened, you could potentially be the people that nobody got to contact and arrive and be isolated at the camp. I liked that. That worked for me.
Totally.
It gave me a reason that they're alone. It's a good setup, and the fact that the boys and the girls had to sleep in separate cabins. Those heaters looked dangerous, though.
Again,
You're gonna trust
80s.
kids with those kind of heaters. You're gonna trust kids with those, though.
Right. But
No,
I mean, necessary. Necessary.
Necessary. So this is, they are, for all intents and purposes, trapped at the camp. But Gwen's dreams are not stopping. Gwen's dreams are not stopping. If anything, they intensify once they're there. So this is, is this essentially a trap? Do you think it was meant to be a trap, or is it just all coincidence?
Now that I'm looking back on it, because if you go back to the beginning of opening credits, it's 1957, 58, and there's a blizzard, and this is when it starts. I'd have to say that it was probably a trap. It's too coincidental. Yeah. It's too much of a coincidence to not be totally planned out. In the way that we get more detail in the story. When you're piecing everything together, it's like, this is definitely totally set up. It's all part of the plan. And I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I love a good frosty, spooky story. So this is
I think the reveal, the reveal at the end pays it off a little bit, I think, as well. It's kind of like a preordained destiny kind of thing. The main problem for me is probably this big, it took a little while to, the end of the movie is where the action happens, the goodness happens. There's some exciting stuff at the start, but this kind of start/middle really kind of labored for me. I'm like, oh.
No, I noticed a little pacing problem too. I mean, you get what I thought was a great open. I thought that was fantastic. And then the quick tie-in, which is great because you're not left wondering, well, who's she talking to? So great. We're piecing everything together. We finally know who Hope Adler is.
Yep.
And then it just starts slowing way down.
Yeah, when they get to the camp and they have this moment where she wakes up, she has the dreams, and then she's in bed with Ernesto, and it's like this. It's not a long scene, but it didn't need to be. We get that Ernesto is crushing on her. You know, I didn't need you to spell it out for me.
We got it the first time with the Duran tickets. We got it.
Because that's and I know that 2 or 3 minutes is not a long time, but in a horror movie setting of in and out in an hour and a half, 3 minutes is precious time.
Oh, God. In a pacing issue, 2 or 3 minutes will feel like an eternity.
Because I feel like what we didn't get in this film that we kind of got in the film, well, not kind of, we definitely got in the beginning, is the sense of dread and the chase from the grabber. That stuff was terrifying, but we don't see it. We just see flashes of what happened to these boys that go missing. And let's not even pull punches. This is pretty graphic violence against children in this movie, right? That surprised me.
Yeah, the trigger warning right now, if you are uncomfortable at the idea of a child being dismembered, this ain't for you.
Yeah, or any kind of violence against children, because there's burning, there's dismemberment, there's I've got to say, we always have this CGI practical effects thing. The effects were good.
Yes, A+ on the effects and the makeup. Everything was beautiful. I really enjoyed that.
The split head kid the split head kid was like, oh shit. I was like, oh my
Who did
God.
that?
And then
I gotta know.
it went one step further, and that half of his head was blinking and looking around. I'm like, oh, okay. This is a
Cinematography
lot,
was
but I guess that
beautiful.
helps.
Let's see.
Yeah, the effect. I can't fault the effects or anything like that. It was very well done.
No one that truly stands out to me, but now that I know their names, I'll watch for them a lot more.
I just feel like we would have.
Oh no, I know this one. Sorry, Paul Jones was part of it, and he, Nightbreed.
I just
Pinhead.
Yeah. I feel like we would have. I don't know. We needed a little bit more time with those victims, because at the moment they're just dead kids. I know there are just some dead kids in the other movie as well, but we got to know some of them. There was a link. Like we care about Finn, we care about Gwen,
we care about Robin, we care about Bruce. Like, we know those people.
To what extent do we care about the rest of this, other than it's happening to them?
I totally.
I would have liked to have
get a little more of their story. Yep, 100% on the same page.
Yeah, to get a little bit more, because I feel like this is wasted time that could have been better spent in some of this movie. I liked that, Hope's visions were all about numbers in ice, and then Gwen's visions are all about letters in ice. Nice little correspondence, all that kind of thing. I wanted more of that, a little bit more mystery, I guess.
If I'm thinking of the scenes that I could cut shorter to give me more time with the characters, the drive up could be cut a little bit. The whole office scene with Barb, don't need it. Not even a little bit.
I kind of liked the Barb scene. I'll tell you what scene we didn't need when we get to it, because we're nearly there. And I was just like, oh, okay, could this be heavy-handed? But this is kind of where it starts to pick up. It's when Finn actually takes the call from the grabber, and we get to. I like that he can hear him but not see him, and it gives credence to that he's aging out of the boogeyman thing, but it's still there. It's still terrifying him. And
I loved that.
We get the modus operandi, because Finn, the grabber blames Finn for forcing him to kill his own brother. So now,
just circling around
an eye
him
for an
in
eye.
a tight shot. Oh, it's beautiful.
Right?
It was beautiful.
100%. It was beautiful. And look, I have questions about how much that is Ethan Hawke.
I think Ethan Hawke only voiced him because if you check the cast, there's a different name. And I don't want to say it right now, because we have to reveal that detail first. Then I'll say it.
I was just like, oh, I love that. And it was all the whole. Yeah, look, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it anymore. Everyone wants a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. I don't think you need it if this is where we're going with this franchise, because he's giving high Freddy Krueger moments.
Oh yeah, my friend walking out of the theater today said that was some Dream Warriors shit right there.
It was 100% Dream Warriors, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you what this film was missing, and that was not enough James Ransone. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
I just love him. I don't know what it is about that man, but he just brings something to every film he is in. He eats up the scene. It doesn't even matter what he's doing. He is eating it up. I love it. I think he is so good.
Yeah. This is kind of where.
But also, if you're connecting the lines, like you took something I loved, I'm taking something from you. You need him in it.
Yeah, and I like that. I do like this eye for an eye motive. Anyone that's seen Nightmare on Elm Street kind of knows where we're headed, though.
Yeah.
Right, like the attacks on Gwen. I thought for sure watching the trailer, because I thought the trailer was giving too much away. I thought Gwen
Mhm.
was going to get the big 86,
Oh yeah, I did
right?
too. I thought she was
That's
done for. I thought
especially
she
in
was
this
gonna get got.
the attack where he is chasing her and running her down and all that.
The
That,
scene in the
and she's
kitchen, I was
levitating.
convinced she was done.
Yeah.
Done.
Because you see the spinning body and the blood. You're like, oh, okay, he slit her throat, and that's all.
That's what I thought too. I thought he slit her throat.
But I guess good on them for faking us out.
You know, I'm a as for someone who doesn't like jump scares as much as I do not like them, I was kind of disappointed that we only really got one. And it was really kind of drawn out, and like you're telling yourself, oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Oh, I guess maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. But I feel like it probably could have done with a few more of those.
You know what we didn't get enough of that we got in the first movie as well? The ghosts helping Gwen. They kind of observe and they say how scared they are and all that kind of stuff. But we only get you have to hide once.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really the thing that made Finn survive. The first thing was the other world, the other side reaching out and going, we can stop this. We've got the perfect confluence of events with Finn, his sister, the grabber. It all kind of worked out. And that, I guess, team mentality of the afterlife.
Yeah. Yeah. But I liked that too. We didn't get much of that.
I feel like we need a little bit more of that.
But
because Gwen kind of realizes her power too quickly, I think, as well.
Well, we kind of knew Gwen knew she was a boss. She's always known. She has always known. She doesn't need to find her power. She's always had it. Homegirl knew she was a boss bitch and just needed the moment to shine, honestly. The thing I think we got in place of these like characters helping is we get a little more of their story from the people around them. Because I kind of liked Mondo and his connection to everyone. I
did, but then this scene, I was like, oh my god. It was like every bad 80s slasher. I'm literally gonna stand on a stage and deliver exposition for about 2.5 minutes that ties everything together, and then oh my god, I didn't even expect it. Oh, it's like, oh. I kind of that turned me off. It was a bit much for me.
No, I get it.
Since like we've sat through a lot of these movies, at least I was always thinking, at least I don't do that anymore.
That's true.
Boom.
Since we're on that scene where we're connecting everyone together and everyone's little, heartstring story, how do we feel about the reveal of Hope Adler?
I thought it was clunky. I like it, but I think it was clunkily done. Starlight? You are Starlight's children? Oh my god. It's like, oh, turn it down a few notches. Like, are you acting for the people in the next cinema? Everything is very dramatic with Mondo. I'm like, I know we're in a fantasy horror movie that's dealing with dreams and ghosts and stuff, but a little more nuance might be nice.
Oh, I hear you.
But I like the tie-in. I think it would have been nicer / better had Barb and Kenneth actually been a part of maybe being counselors, and everybody kind of had that tie to the camp, and that's why those three were all there. It just felt a bit convenient that Mondo is I just happen to be here and I know everything, and that was okay.
You know what I
get
thought?
It. You're clunky. The wise dude.
Right. I thought the reveal of WBH was very clunky.
Oh, you could see it coming for.
Yeah, I didn't like
But
that.
then to go Wild Bill Hickok because he has long hair. Like we know. Like, you could have just gone, oh, it's the grabber. We called him
Yeah.
Wild Bill.
And he is credited, Wild Bill is credited as Julian Norman. So it is not Ethan Hawke.
Which is, I don't know.
So
Yeah,
I'm guessing maybe Ethan Hawke was the
ADR
voice,
kid.
or
Yeah.
maybe like the telephone, or in that beginning, this face.
Yeah.
Maybe that was Ethan Hawke. But I have a feeling he wasn't in it very much.
Right. I think there is one close up of his eyes that I think is definitely Ethan Hawke because it looked like Ethan Hawke's. But everything else that is not a tight shot is somebody else. And say what you will about it. And modern day, yes, he's wearing a mask. The scare is the mask. The iconography of this movie that is starting to build is the mask. But gives you more respect for somebody like Robert Englund, who is Freddy Krueger, whose face is Freddy Krueger, who could have always taken the easy way out and gone, well, I'll get someone else. Just disfigure me further and it can be someone else. But he's always been Freddy, and he's not doing more because he feels like he's too old to do it, and he's ready to pass the mantle down and has an idea how to do it. It's not a Jason / Michael / Ghostface thing where it can be anyone behind that mask. I want somebody to just want to be the next Robert Englund, and Ethan Hawke has all the right things. He's got the right stuff to do it.
I really think we did have that in and it's a totally different franchise, but I really think Kane Hodder really wanted to be the next Robert Englund, and I love that for him. But they just didn't love him enough.
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
That's the thing. But you've got to have an audience that loves your character as well, like Tim Curry Pennywise, Skarsgård Pennywise, the guy that's playing Terrifier. People love that character, and so they want to see that person as that character.
Oh yeah,
as much as they can. I think this could have been Ethan Hawke's thing. I mean, he's not that busy.
Let's see. What you doing, Mr. Hawke? Also, I'm pretty sure the actor who played Wild Bill is taller than him and skinnier. But you can also play that off as he's dead.
Yeah, and dreams and
yeah. No, I guess he's really not that busy. Guess not.
No, he isn't, because the last thing he probably would have done of note would be the Black Phone.
Let's see. 2025, Blue Moon, She Dances, Black Phone, The Lowdown. And he is also Batman in Bat Wheels.
Cool. Nice.
Love that for him.
Like he's not flat out and couldn't whack a mask on and take a mask off is all I'm saying.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And I like Ethan Hawke. I like Ethan Hawke in this role. I love
Ethan Hawke as the grabber. I was like, yes, please, more of.
He's so, for lack of a better word, he is sinister. He's ominous. He is intimidating. It's like the character himself is not this like big burly dude that physically overtakes you, but he is such a presence that you're kind of frozen in your spot.
Yeah. The aspect of surprise and the stalking, and it is sinister. It's insidious. It's something that lurks at the periphery and strikes because it's not this big burly monster, and that's what makes it scary. And the psychological nature of his character is, I mean, he likes to play games, as we see with Gwen when he shows her mother's suicide.
See, this part felt very contrived. I could have done without this.
I feel like it could have been set up better, though. This is the thing. If we didn't have that 2 or 3 minutes about, I have feelings for you, and the big spiel about what a coincidence, all of these children. It's like, We could have got there in a way that didn't spell it. But I feel like this is what horror is for a mainstream audience. They spell it out a lot for us.
This is where it starts to get really clunky for me, because I feel like you could have just kept the connection as they were both camp counselors. They both had dreams. That was enough. It didn't need to be, oh, the grabber killed her. It's like, come on. That feels like it's a little too easy. A little too easy.
Do you know what would have been better? And I thought that they were going there. I thought that they were going to make the grabber Finn's dad or something, like something a bit more intense. But how would that happen?
Oh, I would hate that even more, quite honestly.
But what I would have probably liked more is that she had a suspicion that he was doing something at the camp, and we might have got a bit more play in the past, as opposed to just going, oh, she saw the visions and killed herself. That
would have been much better. Definitely. If she suspected it at the camp and he threatened her or something, that would have tied together way more smoothly for me.
Because the big narrative in this movie is that Gwen seeing what she sees and her mother seeing what she saw was a curse.
Yep.
And it wasn't of any use. But that if she had suspicions and never acted on them, and then was driven, for lack of a better word, crazy, by not only the visions that she was seeing, but from her guilt of not doing anything, that kind of gives us a little bit more pathos in the story, and the generational trauma passed down. Yes, both of these kids have this gift somehow because of the effects of the past. It plays a bit stronger, right? I feel like Joe Hill would have, if Joe Hill had more time, that's where we might have headed.
Yeah.
I feel like there's...
You can tell Joe Hill didn't have much part of that. I guess...
Yeah. It was a treatment that he was like this, and this, and then fill in the blanks. And the filling in the blanks part is where it's not strong.
Because I guess the concept was a phone rings, Finney picks it up, and it's the grabber calling from hell. And I love that. That's great. Let's go with it.
Yes. And look, I like all of this. I just think there would be stronger motives and stronger motivation had there been a little bit more connection to these victims and to the past at the camp for them to return to it, like all of that. And then we kind of really go into, as you said, Dream Warriors, Dream Master territory with exploding phone boxes. And then I was like, are we in Nightmare on Elm Street? Did I wake up in the wrong movie? Because my eyes were getting a little bit heavy at some points. I like that she calls him a festering ass wound.
Pretty much any clapback she has is perfect.
Festering ass wound. Because she's discovered her power. She knows how to fight back now. It's because when he was slicing and dicing, it was a little bit of a worry. You're like, oh. And then we finally put 2 and 2 together. They're under the ice. I mean, come on. Fuck me.
I know. That was a little too easy.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. I like that when she's fighting in her dream and like kind of giving up, it's Finney's voice that gets her to keep going.
I really like that stuff. More of that stuff.
Because that's more ties. It's the brother-sister connection. It's the people we love the most keeping us going.
And that's why the sins of the mother thing kind of would have paid off a bit more. Because not only did it, if Hope had known about Wild Bill and a suspected Wild Bill, then everything set in motion is because of that event. It's very Screamish, and it's I love a multi-generational horror, something that's going to be passed down through generations for people to deal with. Hope is responsible for, that obviously she kills herself, is murdered, but then that leads her husband to become an alcoholic, which leads him to abuse and ignore his children, which leads to the grabber, which leads to this. It's all like that would have been good. That would have made it a stronger.
Yes.
And they're really big on dealing with trauma. That's the whole thing of this movie. But when you're dealing, especially with past trauma, you have to accept your part in it and your role in the scheme of it. It can't just be like, well, I'm going to fix everything because I'm going to do it. It's like, no, that's not how it works, because you can't control the past. You can't justify other people's actions. You just have to come to terms with it.
Well, you know what I thought was funny on the topic of trauma is Grayson looks at me and he goes, well, that's kind of weird for him to act that way. And I said, what way? And he goes, well, why is he beating everyone up? That doesn't seem like he's very upset. I said, that's absolutely a trauma response. He is insecure about what happened to him. He feels like he needs to maintain control and regain power. And I said, and the smoking is also a trauma response because he doesn't want to think about it. There are definitely two different spectrums to it. And I don't think he understood that. Which I think it was interesting for them to play off both. Yeah, well, of course. I would hope he doesn't understand a trauma response at this point. But I like that they showed the two extremes of it, that you can either be reactive or unreactive.
Proactive.
And yeah. Same thing.
So we get the snowplow on the lake scene. Someone's always going to fall through this lake. It was always going to happen. But as soon as you see a lake, someone's going through it. We know what's about to happen. It's coming. Gwen and Finney's dad shows up out of nowhere. I feel like they could have written him in a bit better if we got rid of Ernesto. Maybe Ernesto wasn't needed. Maybe Ernesto should have been the one that. Maybe Ernesto should have been the one that showed up at the end instead of Dad.
I kind of like that it was Dad. It's like a redemption arc.
I know. Yeah, but we didn't see... I don't think we saw enough of him being conflicted about them going. He's like, okay, bye.
But then he gets that beer ad on the screen and he's thinking about everything. And I guess it's
but I would have liked
kind of a blink
maybe another... Yeah.
A blink if you miss it. Because Finney also says don't get drunk, and he tells him I've got my 3-year chip. I'm doing great. He's conflicted. It's a struggle. It's every day you have to work at it. And they probably could have dabbled a little more on that, because if you go to the bathroom, you miss that whole scene. You miss everything.
Yeah. You know what would have worked for me? While we were having the reveal of the murder/suicide, if he walked into the garage and something happened, we know he doesn't really necessarily believe in the supernatural element, but if something strange happened while he was in the garage and that was his motivation to get up there, come on.
No, that would have been good.
That's not hard. That's not hard. I just thought of that then. That would have been a great motivation for him.
It could have just been like a creaking, from where she was hanging, and you could write that off as anything. You could write it off as the house is settling or the garage is settling, but deep in your mind, that's where she was hanging. And I get it.
Or a door closing, or a door opening, or a whisper, or something like that.
Yep.
Yep. But he goes with the necessary plow. I loved this scene between Gwen, Terrence, and Finney when Finney gets his acting moment and Gwen gets her acting. This is good. This is good stuff. This is what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
The family unit kind of. He's a good actor, this kid. Or he's not a kid now. He's a young man.
Mason Thames. I like him too.
Yeah, he was good, and it was nice to see that break in his veneer and all of that. But and even the reveal of Gwen knowing what he said to her, what he said to Hope when he found her hanging there, clunky, and that was meant to be his I understand moment, clunky, and that would have pushed us further into him believing his children.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think that part of the story was necessary at all, so that will always feel clunky to me. Here we we're working with what we
spent time, I think, because we're at the finale.
We are.
I mean, pretty iconic. Ice skating invisible serial killer from hell.
I love that. I don't know why I enjoyed
kinda
it so
thought
much, but I did.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, it would have maybe been nice if like a random fog rolled in, so they're a little bit more isolated, and it wasn't all in plain sight. Just for an aesthetics thing.
Steven,
The grabber.
is it bad of me that I really wanted Kenneth and Barb to die?
I did like they got nearly lobotomized. It was fun. They nearly got scalped. That was a bit fun for us.
I was ready for them to go. I was ready for them to be the sacrificial lambs. I was ready. It's like, just take them. We don't need them. Done.
They've already been called out. I think Gwen did a good enough job of bringing Barb down.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Love our girl Gwen. She's a hero, a feminist icon.
Yeah. So, again, this falling asleep thing, we're in Nightmare on Elm Street territory. It's like, bitch, just wake up. You're in the middle of, like, throw some water on her face. It's that
But
cold.
they did.
You'd be okay.
But they did. They threw water on her.
But
She didn't
outside,
wake up.
like, when you're outside in the frigid air, it's like, come on, wake
But
this
here's
bitch
the
up a little
thing.
bit. Smack her
How many
out.
people got in that water? Mondo, Terrence, and Gwen.
Yep.
None of them.
Oh,
None of them
well, not
acted
Gwen
like they
in
were
reality.
hypothermic. Oh,
No,
this is true.
Not Gwen in reality.
Okay,
Dream
fair enough.
Gwen.
So Terrence
She's
and
your
Mondo.
dream, Gwen. Right.
But like Mondo's up the
Uh,
next day, like nothing happened. Like
He's okay. He's tough.
tough.
He
Okay.
knows things.
He went to
knows.
prison. He's tough.
So Gwen manages to find the boys' bodies located at the bottom of the lake and helps them rise. The other two, who then assist in bringing down the grabber. I feel I feel like Finn should have been in a little bit more danger. And Nesto's
Well-
just standing there. It's like too many characters at this point. I think they wanted us to think Mustang was cool. She didn't really do anything. Nesta didn't really do anything.
She wasn't even in the film. She popped up occasionally. Occasionally.
Yeah, just to call Barb a bitch and to make a snide remark, and then that was it. It's like, well, if you're gonna have this many characters, maybe kill one of them, do something.
That's what I was saying. Take out Barb.
Yeah,
It would have been satisfying. It would have been satisfying.
Yeah.
Just like knock her face
Take
in the
out
ice a few
somebody.
times. Done.
or take out somebody before this point, so there was more stakes for the people that were alive.
Yeah, maybe Mondo didn't make it, and that's
Because
devastating
even at the end of the day,
because like that would have been devastating because he would have never got to see it through, and everyone would have wanted that for him.
and they'd do it for Mondo. Yeah, that would have been
Yep.
nice. That would have been nice.
Or again, just take out
We
Barb.
get
because
the
we want to
fight.
see Barb dead.
We get the fight out, and they fuck him up. They fuck the grabber up, which I
They
like.
sure did.
And
I like the
I
little-
feel, I don't know, maybe it's because we just watched it, and it was about the scary thing being scared. I was like, oh, we're doing this again.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
you got to think about it. Freddy Krueger can only exist if you remember him and if you're afraid of him.
Mhm.
And if they're not afraid of the grabber, he has no power anymore.
Mm. And I do like that they fuck him up,
They
chop
do.
him up and do all the things.
They do. I mean, let's not mince words here. This was 100% inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street. You can't say that you're not. It is. There's just too many callbacks to it. You cannot say, well, it has nothing to do with it, because it does. It's not a coincidence, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Just don't act like this is not like a very obvious callback. It's the right timeline.
Right.
It's just throwing it out there.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But the grabber is disposed of. He sinks to the bottom of the lake and freezes again because hell isn't fire, it's ice,
I love that line.
as he says.
I love that line. So good.
I do like that, Hell takes away your humanity and just leaves the monstrous parts, and that's the torture. Like, I like that. More of that would have been nice.
I
But
like
it's all
that
throwaway
too.
lines. It kind of just ends, Everyone ends. But before they leave, the well-placed payphone rings. And as we
Hate
said
it.
before, Finn can't hear it.
Yeah. Must be for
So
you.
it's over for him. But he's processed the trauma. He's gone. The grabber's gone for him. Gwen answers the phone. It's Hope telling her love and all that kind of stuff and how proud she is. And she gives Finn a message from Robin, which we don't hear, which annoys me a little bit.
I just hated this whole part. We didn't need it. It was way too corny. Don't need it.
It was very let's put a bow on it just in case we don't make another movie.
But you didn't even need that.
As we drive off into the sunset.
You could be looking at the phone and it doesn't ring, and that's tied up for you.
Yeah, and then you know what? The better way of doing it, Finn walks past the phone box, doesn't hear it ring, walks away. They get in the car. As they drive off, the phone starts ringing again.
But then that's too open-ended.
But that's what you want, right? You want that kind of I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No,
there's no third movie here.
Well, there is because it's greenlit. So
are you fucking kidding me?
It's happening. It's already greenlit. They're happening. It's going ahead.
There's no third movie here. There is no third. Okay, let's just wrap this up because now we have to get into this.
Okay, yeah. How many receivers out of 5 are we giving the black phone to, Katie?
I'm going to do 3 out of 5.
Missing receivers.
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
I love the mood. I love the atmosphere, the cinematography, the effects. Beautiful. Love it. Love all the actors. Like I said, Gwen is a feminist icon. We stand her forever. However, you can tell when people started going, we're running out of ideas here. Let's just wrap this up pretty quickly because it got real clunky real fast. And there were some pacing issues. I still love The Grabber. I still really enjoyed this movie. But we could have done better. Right. He deserved better.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I think that the characters deserved a better movie. Mm-hmm. And maybe for Hollywood, here's the thing. If the first movie's quality, you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush it. People will wait. People will wait for a quality sequel instead of just going, oh, Joe Hill, give us a 2-page outline about what you think is going to happen in the next movie. Because in the modern day, nobody takes a script to a like production house without at least a treatment. It's not. The world is franchises these days. It's not one-off movies. It's whatever makes money is going to make money for the rest of the next 10 years. And I feel like had we spent a little bit more time really nailing down the story and what story he wanted to tell, it would feel a bit more grounded, a bit more well-earned, and not as much of a this is just Nightmare on Elm Street for the modern generation.
I think if Joe Hill had a bigger part in writing this, it would have been way better fleshed out. Yeah. But I also agree with you in that this movie, the original, I don't think people expected to blow up the way it did. It was...
No, and that's okay.
And that's fine because it was so well done. And I think if they had just kind of, like you said, took their time with it, let Joe really flesh out what he wanted to say with this, we would have had a better quality film, and those characters deserve it, like you said. They do it.
Those characters do deserve it. Now, as I just said, Black Phone 3 has been greenlit in the last day or so, I'm pretty sure. There was talks about it, but it's happening. And the thing that just gave me pause, right? I'm looking at the Wikipedia of this film now, and something that made me go, ugh, is under the cast. It's got Mason Thames as Finney, the Grabber's only known survivor.
Hold on, I'm coming.
The only known survivor just made me go, oh, are we going to tell a story that we don't no, is that where we're going? Are we heading to an offshoot because this is the end of the Finney Gwen story? Which could work. I think it's the only way it can work, really, is if we have somebody that is PTSD because of what they experienced and they deal with it. We see the ramifications for them maybe as an adult with their own children, and that's how it manifests because they've never actually forgotten about the grabber, so that's how it happens. There needs to be a twist for the next one. Unless we wait for Gwen and Finney to have kids. That's the only way I see this happening. If it's meant to be a genetic thing where the gift/curse is passed down, we have to wait for them to have kids, or the story has to spin off.
There's no third story for me here. There's just not. There just isn't. And if you think about franchises, they don't always get stronger as they go on. It's up and down. It's up and down. I think
diminishing returns.
I think the only franchise that I think has had real staying power, and I might be a bit biased on this, but I think Scream is really the only franchise that I think has stayed pretty consistent throughout the movies. Because look at it. Look at Friday the 13th.
Look at Nightmare on Elm Street. There's highs and lows, you know.
I don't think there's highs and lows, but here.
Well, whether we think so or not, it looks like it's happening. So
I get it,
we may be back. We may have to pick it up again.
I really hope they give Joe Hill a little more say in this and really take their time with it. Yes, just let him write it.
Let him write it.
Let's get a solid story out. Because all things considered, this was a solid sequel. And if they really want to keep it going, they really need to take their time with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush back to it, but I'm not like pissed that I saw it. Unlike some movies.
All sequels aside,
I
enjoyed it.
I'm going for a palate cleanser. I'm going to go see Shelby Oaks this week, I think.
I'm really excited about Shelby Oaks this weekend. I'm really excited about Shelby Oaks.
I think it's going to tick my box. But until next time we pick up the receiver, we've got to say happy Halloween to everyone. And I hope that you are doing all the scary things this spooky season. Thank you for joining me for this call, Miss Katie McCarthy. Until the black phone rings again, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Keep it creepy.